Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Melos Machina. We hope that you have had an incredible week. We are here for another night of adventures in ruins, finding out what the heck is going on, and staying alive.
What the heck is going on?
What the heck is going on?
It's still nighttime.
I like how he's like, what the heck is going on?
You know!
So cool.
Don't play dumb, Scott.
See, I was telling Ben earlier, the best way to write a mystery is don't know what's going on yourself.
We saw how that worked for Lost. Let's hope that.
This is collaborative storytelling, and
Yes.
we're just all creating this
All
at the
along
same
for the
time.
ride.
Melos Mystery Box.
Hey, you never know. One of us could say something really interesting, and then it's like, oh, yeah,
I like that. That's what I
is
meant the whole
mystery.
time. That's the secret of DMing. If you've ever wanted to DM, come hang out at a TED Talk. No, but if you do want to hang out with us afterwards, let's get these announcements out of the way. First off, all of our subscribers, if you are liking our channel, feel free to subscribe to us wherever you might be. We see you on Twitch. We see you on YouTube. We don't see you on podcasting stations, but we think you're there. But if you would like to hang out with us after the show, you can join us in our after show talk back where we just all decompress, have a lot of yelling at me, and
Super fun.
Yeah.
Super cathartic for the rest of us.
and you can be a part of that in our Discord. If you are not in our Discord, you can head on over there. That's where you're going to get all those perks. Quick reminder. This is the last week of the month here for us, so that means we are going to be dark next week, but Melos Machina will return in September. So enjoy the rest of this evening. And before we dive into it, a quick word from our sponsor.
Ben.
It's just that.
Every time!
Thank you, Ben.
We may be going dark next week, so light up with the candle.
No. I'm gone. Bye. I quit.
Cantrip Candles, our wonderful sponsor of Melos Machina. Cantrip Candles have been purveyors of magical scents since 2017. They are soy candles, hand-poured, here in Los Angeles.
With hands.
You can go to cantripcandles.com and use our code APAC, that is APACK, at checkout for 10% off of your order. Or you could just stop by in the store and say that Adventurers Pack sent you. And say hello, and you can see all the cool things like candles and lots of other stuff.
A
But
You can
real
take a
cute shop.
class.
yeah,
Yeah, you could make a candle.
there's classes.
Oh, no.
There's candles.
There's glasses. Put the candles in.
No, but yes, thank you to Cantrip Candles for sponsoring this show. And again, that is cantripcandles.com. Use code APAC. Tell them that we sent you. Thanks.
Yay.
We're APAC.
Yeah, that's the, it's like NoHo or...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
APAC.
Yeah, we're
We're at
APAC.
APAC. Yeah.
We
Like,
got
tell
the
you later.
sillies today.
We gotta get the sillies out. Like, we gotta do it now
I know.
because otherwise,
I feel so normal.
That is a
So
lie.
players, are you ready for tonight's session?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
So, when last we met our adventurers, they had investigated what had been going on aboard the Lock Jumper, finding the Lady Elaine covered in blood in her room. Duathy also causing Claudine to pass out. While the rest of the party had headed up on deck and discovered a sphere of blackness covering the escape of the two dwarves that had been part of your travel companions. Members of the crew being injured, not dead, being able to bring people back to health. The Lady Elaine requested that you head after and return her belongings as they were irreplaceable. And the captain saying that he would appreciate maybe a little bit of payback. The party then jumped ship and headed into the fields where you knew the ruins that had been described to you before lay. And you expected this to be the most likely place for the thieves to hide. Incredibly quietly, with the help of Pass Without a Trace, you made your way in the dark of the night, eventually discovered the ruins, and, with the help of a locate object spell, were able to get the drop on one of the two cutpurses. However, the other was able to catch you by surprise, Icon, and a battle ensued. With dark energies, silent combat, and some close calls, the two dwarves were defeated. In an attempt to keep one of them alive, unfortunately, she took her own life. A strange device that melted a portion of her face. Now, with these two corpses at your feet and the shadows that had come alive now vanishing into the night, what would you like to do?
Sorry. The woman who chomped down to take her own life, is that reaction like ongoing or has it stopped?
Part of it is still kind of, there is a sizzling and bubbling that is happening. But as you look down at this point, the whole lower jaw is gone with parts of the throat exposed. It is like running down.
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind the healing word that I was going to use. Then that's
Oh, I was gonna try and
Dumb.
extract some teeth. The thing, what? I don't know. I wanted to see, but I don't
The
want to touch
metal
it if it's
teeth?
still, yeah. Like, if the reaction is still going, I don't have anything
Right.
to stop
Yeah,
it.
I wouldn't touch it either.
So, I guess I'll watch for a little bit and see if the reaction stops, and then go in and see if I can investigate the device.
Sure. As you stand there looking down, it's just
I would like to walk down. Actually, crud. I need to get my shield back. But you know, I'm already on the ground near where she was, so you know, I'm just going to go down towards the body and sit down next to it and sort of look back at everybody. She said my true form is beautiful. Does that mean anything to any of you?
Mm-mm.
No.
Not outside of the ethereal, obvious. I think she meant the endless cycle.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I can't help but this seems like the same thing that those dogs were equipped with to then dissolve at the Dr. Sada fight. I don't
Oh.
know.
Right.
Similar make.
Can I take a quick look at it and see if it does look like a similar kind of dissolving?
sure. Give me a medicine check.
Oh.
Can I start rummaging through pockets and clothing and look for, I know I'm not going to find any type of like name card, but just anything, any type of script or information of how, maybe where they were headed or what business they had already done in Gladen at that time on her person.
Which one are you?
The woman. I was right up like in her face.
Absolutely.
She chomped down on,
Yeah.
on that molar. So
Give me an investigation check.
It was a 22 on the
22.
medicine.
Nice.
21.
21. Excellent. Dorothy, as you're looking at this, the melting away, it is very clearly an acidic reaction. It's not dissimilar to the what happened to the creatures in Sada's warehouse. It definitely melted away in a similar fashion, but you aren't sure if it is the same fashion.
Okay. I mean, it could be, right? It is the same kind of thing, but whether or not it is exactly the same thing, it could be coincidence.
I'd like to take Lady Elaine's bag from the guy and
Sure, the shoulder.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, really quick, Aaron, as you are looking through, kind of rummaging through her pockets, you find a small money pouch. You also find a belt pouch that so you recognize as a ration pouch. You also find, kind of hanging from her belt, a long metal. It's like a metal rectangle, about 9 inches long, 3 inches wide, 3 inches deep, and it's just hanging there off of a hook.
Is there any emblazoning, any type of metal work with any type of any inscriptions on the exterior that I can make out right away? For on the case particular?
You, on the case itself, there, the lines seem very, not like this was forged. It's very smooth, but it does look as though there's some gaps in between the ridge lines, but not on all of them. And you do see inscribed in common on the bottom of it the word flow.
With a capital F or a lowercase?
Capital.
I will try and grab everything that I can.
Sure. You also notice around her neck a dark metallic amulet, but it's precariously surrounded by some dissolving tissue. And Andy, why don't you go ahead and give me an investigation check looking through Lady Elaine's day bag.
I don't know if I want to look through it.
Oh, okay.
I
You
just
just
want
wanna
to
grab
take it. Yeah, just, I don't want to invade her privacy. I don't know unless anyone else is curious, but and then I just wanted to remember to grab it, and then I want to see if I can try to fix Chauncey, since he got some of his strength taken away from him.
Absolutely. Why don't you give me have this be sort of a Arcana check on
Okay.
Chauncey, and you can use your smith's tools with this as you're
Okay.
sort of using them to inspect him. And
So do I add proficiency then?
Yes.
Okay.
So Aaron, I'm taking everything. The rectangular box unhooks very easily.
I would love to try and use Mage Hand to pluck the amulet off a corpse before the acid reaches that.
As you reach out with your invisible hand, the amulet lifts, and the cord, it seems that part of it has already melted away, and it easily just drifts off of her neck and comes towards you.
I'll keep that amulet in the Mage Hand the entire time
Okay.
as I handle the rest. Does the money pouch feel particularly light or hefty?
It is, as you toss it up, there's a jingle from the inside,
Okay.
but it's not weighing you down.
Were they paid in advance or are they waiting? Were they...
What is that necklace?
I'm not entirely sure right now, though.
I mean, maybe it's a magical.
Could be the
thing.
source of their arcane power.
Yeah.
Though I'll hold up the box in my own hand. This seems of unique interest as well. Finn, I think we have some work to do.
Andy, any idea what kind of metal that is?
Well, first I got a
right.
19.
And this is, as you are working on Chauncey, this is going to take a while to sort things out.
Okay, so we can do it back on the boat. I don't need to do it now, but I know how to fix him.
You're not sure. Just checking him is going to take. So
It's
you rolled a
gonna take a
19, but
while.
that check is going to
Okay.
take you like 5 minutes of just focusing on Chauncey to figure it out.
Okay, I'll go take a look at this piece of metal and then go take a look at Chauncey.
Yeah, go ahead and you can give me an investigation check on the metal box.
As I'm watching because I was sitting near the lady door. As I watched the necklace move away, did it have any familiar symbols on it, or?
With your passive perception, you didn't. You noticed some symbolism on its face, but you didn't quite catch exactly what it is. And at this point, the reaction has finished, and the body now seems inert.
That was a natural one. I'm tired and focused on Chauncey, so I'm gonna go back to that.
Yeah, it's all of your thoughts are just on Chauncey and getting your best boy up to his tip top.
Also, still hella dark.
Yeah. So maybe I will. I'll wait to fix them when we get on the boat, when I can have more light to kind of figure it out.
Yeah, based on everything that you're looking at right now, with your looking over Chauncey, it is dark. You can see where things have weakened, but you're not exactly sure how to fix it yourself.
Okay. I'll take a look with more rest and daytime. Sorry guys, I don't know what that is.
That's all right. That's all right.
But maybe I can take a look later.
I think we'll bring you with us. I pull my spell book and flip it open, hold it with one hand, and all right, pal, I think we've got some work to do here, and quick. As Mage Hand pulls the quill out and starts just taking note of the surroundings, the area, and let's load up a detect magic, extra quick this time. As I flip to that spell and then supercharge a instant cast of that ritual spell using the awakened spellbook property.
Immediately, just magic flaring up all around you. The box that Aaron is holding is glowing from inside of the Lady Elaine's bag. There is a soft glow. The amulet has a glow as well. Outside of everything else that you are accustomed to carrying,
Right.
lots
of
there's
magic
lots of
with
magic all around you. But those are the new things that
And
came.
schools of magic for.
On the box, alteration.
Okay.
From within the Lady Elaine's bag, illusion, as well as 1 second.
The box was what on again?
Alteration. Transmutation.
I will say from the amulet, necromancy.
Oh. Careful with that one there.
And transmutation from,
Illusion and transmutation from Elaine's bag.
yes.
Was the box abjuration?
No, let's see. It said alteration. I believe that is transmutation as well.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I figured. Wanted to make sure. Yes, careful with that amulet. Definitely a source of necrotic magic, and Andy, I know you don't want to invade Elaine's privacy, but look, you don't send somebody out after a journal if it's just notes.
I know. I just feel like she'll know if we went through her stuff.
Yeah, she'll know if somebody did. Could have been the dwarfs.
I mean, is there any reason for us to go through it, though? Besides curiosity?
Isn't that the reason for anything?
look at that amulet?
Sure.
I mean, I know that you can hold it up without me holding it. It seems kind of grody.
Yeah, I will send the mage hand over closer to Dwarfy for her to get a good look in.
It's hellish with that grody. Thank you very much. I'd just sort of like to take a quick look at it and see if anything, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take a look at
Now
it.
that you are taking a close inspection of it, it's very easy to see. It is two shriveled hands that are sort of out offering.
That does not mean anything to me. Does that mean anything to anybody else?
Not here.
If anyone would like, you can throw down a religion check.
Yeah, I would.
11.
Okay.
Not my strongest suits.
Wow, you are in jail.
Not that bad for me. 13.
13. I mean, you know that within the Order of the Melos, and specifically the faith of the Melos, there are the divine archetypes. This doesn't have any sort of iconography attached to any of them.
Okay.
You said the hands were like rotted or like
More
decayed?
Yeah,
Okay.
shriveled and not mummified, but they look close. Could be just very, very old.
Would, since Dorothy and I are familiar with kind of necromantic magic, would we have recognized that that's what she was doing?
You definitely felt it.
Right.
I got hit by it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like it has to be what we suspected, that this was the source of her
Sure.
kind of arcana.
Finn, you think it's time to give that pearl a whirl?
Well, I was thinking about doing that, but not on the amulet.
Can you do multiple things in a row?
Sure. I mean, I could do it as many times as we have minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we also still have like an entire boat ride up.
Yeah, we
So-
have time.
I think I'd rather know what's going
Oh,
on with the
yeah.
boat prior, though, to probably inform the captain of what has transpired here.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
what-
and I could rest for a little bit.
Yeah, I think
Same.
some time is needed to recuperate.
They won't leave without us.
No. What did you want to look at?
What do you think?
I don't know, I'm
Oh
tired.
boy.
The stuff in
about-
Elaine's bag?
How about maybe you identify some of the less dangerous things, and while you're doing that, I will use my bones and see if it's going to blow up if you touch it.
That seems fair.
I like that.
Can you do that with the bones? Yeah.
Absolutely, that is exactly the kind of question the bones are for.
Is
But-
it? There's no time limit. You can ask as many as you
Oh,
want.
you know, I did
So
already
I was
ask
gonna
one
say you
today.
used the bones today.
I did already use it. There's a chance that it's going to come back kind of weird. Well, here's what I'm going to say. I can ask, but there is a sort of, like 1 in 5, 1 in 4 chance that I won't get anything back at all, basically.
So it'll either be no response or a true response.
I think it might just be sort of vaguely unreliable at that point. Hold on, let me
Yeah,
double check.
then let's.
If you want to identify, let me. Hold on. Oh wait, no, it's right here. Oh, hold on.
All right. A little
Dwarfy going
warm
through
up.
her mind palace.
Yeah.
Rolodex in her head.
Might make a random. It might be random, and that might not be. It might not be terribly reliable at this point in time. I did already use the bones today.
Well, I I don't think a random answer is going to dissuade me. And of all the things that we could possibly identify right now, only one of them might blow up the boat,
Good point.
as far as we know.
Guess it hasn't yet.
No?
I'm gonna go rest. You do whatever you want to do.
I'll try it anyway. I'm going to take off the bracelet and put it in my hands and sit down and sit with my bones.
I will warm up, I suppose. I'll start with the amulet for identify.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just drop the bag and I don't know, find a place to lay down.
I'm gonna sit next to you. I'm gonna find my spear first and then sit down.
Don't mind also maybe finding my shield. It's up there.
Oh, it's upstairs? Okay, yeah.
Okay. So are we doing these in tandem? You're
Right, yeah, well, because you need some time for the bones, so I'll take a look at the
11
amulet
minutes.
during that. Also 11 minutes.
okay. And Dwaki, what's the percentage of failure on this right now?
I believe it's 25%. Let me double check that.
Oh boy.
25% chance of random. It's not that it will read the wrong, it's that it will read randomly. And you do exactly what you're doing, which is rolling in secret. Yes, cumulative.
Okay.
It's worse every time, so.
Dwaki, what's the question?
If Finn tries to identify the object in the Cracker Jack box, will it cause him and others bodily harm?
So you look down at the bones as you cast them. One of them, you realize is more square than the rest, like a knuckle bone, and it reminds you very much of the small box, and it tumbles, and all of the other bones kind of encircle around it, and shake, and rest. Doesn't look like it'll cause harm.
False senses of security.
I don't
Well,
want any
it's
part of this.
A good chance that the answer is you're going to be okay.
Finn,
Yes.
this is a dark beacon amulet.
Dark beacon?
Metal.
With Identify, you essentially get everything it does, or
I think so. Hang on. I'll pull
pretty
up the
fancy.
exact wording.
It's-
Identify. You choose one object you must touch throughout the casting. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them. Whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
This item does require attunement.
Okay.
While attuned to this amulet, all necrotic spells you cast gain a +1 to attack and damage rolls.
I mean,
Well, Dawati, I think this might be something of interest to you.
Maybe in a technical sense, but there is something about the iconography of that just makes me deeply uncomfortable.
I can see that. Well, it is not any of the divine archetypes within the Melos. I don't think you'd necessarily be angering the gods. At
It's
least
not
as far as
sacrilegious, though the use of the exploitation of an expended body is not exactly not something that walks around every day in Seros Mena, so you might be putting a target on your head, brandishing about anybody who carries it. I think the fact that these two we're utilizing such darker items is, well, interesting in terms of just it's unheard. It's not common. It's not common at all.
You know, I could ask about it tomorrow and see if it is a thing that is dangerous to put on. But I mean, it is a sort of. It is a lot of the magic that I find myself using, so.
You did seem kindred spirits of sorts. In a
At
weird
the
way.
very least, in the fact that we kept doing the same kind of damage to each other, I suppose.
That's, well, I suppose, what I meant.
But if it's all right with everyone, I'll ask about it tomorrow.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I can't ask anymore tonight. It would. That starts to hurt to the point where it gets to be deeply unreliable.
I hold it up and let the melted chain kind of dangle off. I don't think you can wear it in this state anyway, so.
Have to
but
work on it anyway.
I think you'll need to spend some time if you do decide to connect with it.
Okay,
Um,
can ask about it later. Dark Beckett.
the box.
I think you're going to. Okay, so I don't know because there's a slight chance that this answer is not reliable anymore. I'm feeling the connection with them beginning to weaken, but at least according to the bones, you're going to be okay.
Look, even if you were confident I wouldn't be okay, I don't know if that would have stopped me. As I open the lid of the box.
Now, quick question: is this? Now we have two boxes.
The Cracker Jack box.
All
I've
right, so
now
the
set
Cracker
it
Jack
up.
box is-
I would have been like kind of cross-legged, identifying the amulet, and now I will take the box and put it in front of me.
All right, this
But-
box that you have constructed to shield all eyes from it, you open, and resting inside is the small wooden box. It's about twice the size of a ring box.
I'll very carefully, without picking it up if possible, try to open the smaller box within the bigger box,
Okay.
leaving it in its bed of sand and leaves.
As you crack it open, the box appears to be slit, right, separating the two halves. It does open on a hinge. The moment that the box opens, there's a glow of blue light that casts over the leaves and sand. You stop for a second before continuing to open, and as it opens more, you see the light is shimmering slightly. Looking inside, you see, looks like a crystal in a large diamond shape. It is about 3.5 inches tall and an inch wide. From within it, you can see blue light emanating and glowing.
I will leave the box on the ground and stand.
As you stand, the blue light is casting a dim light in about a 5-foot radius from the box.
Imagining I've done this sort of in the center of the courtyard. Everybody better take a big step back as I do the same. I turn and
Way ahead of you.
Yeah, we're already.
I count 30 paces from the box. And then using Mage Hand, I'd like to pluck a blade of grass. And just very slowly bring the grass over to this thing. And as gently as possible with the spectral hand, I'd like to touch the blade of grass to the crystal.
Okay.
It brushes against the crystal. The grass bends. Crystal doesn't move.
All right. I think we're okay.
I'll be nearby just in case.
Yep.
And,
Thank you.
with that, I'm going to light a torch and walk away a little bit.
Okay.
Almost as if it's a gallows march, I slowly make my way back to the box. Sit back down, same cross-legged position, and take a big breath as my hand hovers over the crystal. All right, pal, here we go. Notebook open to my right, left hand over the box, right hand poised with pen in hand, not with the mage hand, as I touch the crystal.
As you touch it, it is cold to the touch, as if an ore that has been left alone, untouched for a while. And there's a moment where you see the light is not a perfect glow, and as you touch it, it kind of crackles a little bit on the inside. You
I'm so afraid.
You hear a very gentle from inside of it.
After a quick start, I'll just close my eyes and let my hand flow with that pen as I begin to cast Identify.
Okay.
From far away, I'm staring daggers of safety.
Safety
towards-
dagger.
Yeah.
I'm not looking.
While that's happening, actually, I would like to go and not go too far away, but maybe look at the ruins a little bit.
Sure. Anything in particular you are looking at, or?
I mean, I just sort of want to look at them and see if I can sort of see what these buildings were, anything about what I can. Was there a way they were built, a style they were built, what they were for? Anything.
Give me a history check.
Archeology will do our thing.
It is a 15.
Wow. 15.
It is a straight roll, so we are feeling very lucky today.
About it. In the sense of ruins, the stone of these seems to be preserved better than you might think. But you aren't able to make any connections of what it might have been, or you don't recognize it as anything that you've really encountered before.
Just completely alien sort of buildings.
You see some of the wood in that panels and planks that have been created, like that looks familiar. As
It's a building.
exactly. But you don't notice anything that stands out of, I've seen this before.
Long shot.
You said it takes 11 minutes to ritually cast?
It's not a ritual.
Oh.
Well, it is, but.
Gotcha, you are straight casting it.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's just an 11-minute casting
I see.
time, regardless. Otherwise, I would have used my book to do it.
I think,
instantly.
yeah.
Um,
I think I would have gone over and tried to loot the male corpse's body while Finn is doing that.
Give me an investigation while you're doing that.
That is a 14.
14. Looking over the body, you find another small coin purse, along with 2 daggers and a small vial of a sickly green liquid.
Need that?
And what was the roll you?
14.
14. You also notice, while checking like the forearms for anything. Looking around, thinking there might be another an amulet or something similar. You find a tattoo on his chest.
Okay.
Same iconography on the amulet.
Okay.
Cult. I like it.
Finn.
Yes. Flip.
But
Just staring.
As you are looking over this, there is a wash of history that floods into your brain. A core shard has been added to your inventory. You can
what
check
the
it
shit.
on your character sheet now.
I know what that is, right?
yeah.
Oh,
I guess, have I never seen one? Oh, we didn't know. We never
You've
opened the
never looked in
box.
this
we never
box.
looked inside the ring
Well.
box.
How far does this light extend?
It's a 5-foot radius from the box.
Okay. You didn't blow up.
No. And
You
I
good?
don't know that it's a weapon, necessarily.
Okay.
I'm.
You do know that this core shard currently has 4 spell slots in it.
Okay. Above the table, just so I'm clear,
I know there's a lot of text there.
the core shard, we brought this up in terms of that's what brought Chauncey.
Yeah. That's what's being mined.
The
in the
core
mining.
is being mined.
A core, okay, got it. So it's
So,
just a shard. I
you
gotta
know-
actually get this in my inventory.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
So you know that
Okay.
core, and you know
Yeah.
the mineral of core.
Yeah.
And you know that cores that are created are what power ancient technology.
Yeah.
One of them is powering Chauncey.
Right.
This is not a core, this is not core ore. This is a core shard, which, Finn, you now know, is unstable,
Huh.
but can do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's a lot of text there for you, but
I gotta find it here.
Oh.
Stand by. I'm
It's
looking.
okay.
Ah, that's why. Yes.
essentially, what I will tell you is, you know that this is capable of dealing 40 damage in a small radius.
Mm-hmm.
I will close the box. Both the little one and the
Mhm.
lead lined. And just quietly reattach it.
Everything okay? You did not blow up.
I did not blow up.
That's great. Ooh.
So,
What do we
did
have?
we steal something?
We didn't steal anything.
Oh, I mean, you're technically right.
Confiscated, maybe?
Found?
Yeah.
Is it a thing he should not have had?
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Like, how bad would it have been if he had it?
I don't know, actually.
It's not allowed.
What is it? What did you find?
It's I'm gonna Finn's just gonna walk away. I'm just gonna walk away and process, like, just go walk into the dark, not far from
Oh.
the ruins, just kind of just walk off without a word by myself and go
Andy,
sit.
Would
Andy,
I
what is
be
happening?
able
What?
to explain?
I haven't necessarily said out loud what it is.
It's true. And
Yeah.
for you,
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever seen a shard before.
A shard. Okay.
You can give me an Arcana check. Oh, give me a history check.
That's better.
I'm having some trouble with D&D Beyond finding this item, just so you know. 'Cause it's all-
Okay, I need to go hide
Is it
somewhere.
Oh, I found it.
Third natural one in a row.
Okay. The total of
6.
6. Okay. You do recognize it for its potential to power things,
Right.
though you're not 100%
But-
sure about it.
Yeah. So I can explain, like,
Mhm.
generally.
What core is, yeah.
So I don't know a ton about what that specifically is, but I know what, basically what we said. What it comes from is what helps power Chauncey. It's what's mined in Cadriel, in my hometown. It's highly illegal.
So, the Order has nothing to do with its regulation?
Well, yeah, in a way, that's part of our job, is to make sure that things like that aren't being
So this is being trafficked. This is
correct, yeah.
the Overseer was supposed to receive this
I mean, he was dealing with a lot of
under the...
artifact stuff.
Which
Would
means
be
some...
interesting, I guess, if it's illegal. It's probably not easy to get.
No, somebody
Good
was
for his
supplying.
collection.
Somebody was supplying, though, which is a bigger problem.
Yeah.
What did we... I understand that this is your job. It's okay if you have it right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we worried that he just walked off
Maybe he
in the
just
dark?
needs some
I mean,
Yeah, I think he...
60 feet of dark vision. Can we at least keep Finn within our sights?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not looking to get lost.
I'm saying, like, are you looking to turn tail?
I think, he, in a way, just confronted death, even though it didn't happen. I think he's probably a little overwhelmed.
It's understandable.
Is it a thing that happens a lot? I'm assuming, no, someone doing something
I-
that people react to like this too.
Again, first job. I haven't known Finn for a long time.
Hell of a first job.
Yeah.
I guess I mean, is it a thing that people traffic a lot? This core.
I mean,
No, it's not anywhere
No.
known to the public.
If anyone feels like they would like to give me a history check. On,
Can I try again?
Well, you do know, as far as core goes,
Right.
based on your common knowledge, this
Okay.
isn't like going back, because that was specifically for the shard and what
Right.
that was. Because you know, actually,
16.
16?
I will just, in the purview of my time on the guard.
Is
Yeah,
this for
absolutely.
a different thing?
This is something you common knowledge.
Oh,
to you.
I know. Okay.
That's a 6. Above my pay grade.
So the two of you know that core mining is done. Core mining
Right.
has been finished since the Age of Enclosure. And core, specifically core stone, core ore, and cores themselves are fairly rare. But they are they are ancient. They are considered ancient technology and only to be handled by members of the order and their chosen conservators.
Just to check on your wording on that, when you say done, you mean it's no longer a
Yeah, it's
thing that's happening?
no longer mined. I
Something-
forgot about that. What do people mine? Just regular things.
Yeah, Nearth Condrel now it's just minerals ore for the rebuilding. Of
Then
everything.
did I lie? We never, in Orich, they never mined core.
No.
Okay.
There were hopes.
Okay. Got it.
There was a prospector.
I'll retcon that, take that part back.
It's all good. Okay. So, it's not a thing that people do all the time. This is.
No, it's very rare.
Okay.
And the fact that it was secretly transferred from one port in Venture undercover to the overseer of River's Meat, somebody who should not even be dealing with such arcane power, is a real problem.
Well, it might be rare enough that someone destroys a boat over it.
Yeah.
You think someone was trying to stop the overseer from getting this? Or was trying to steal it from...
That's more
Either,
of my
but
thought. If it's rare enough, it must be valuable.
Sure.
And
But then that means it has to be someone who was already involved and knew that it was there. Because the box that it was in was protecting it from being identified.
so either someone at the head of where this came from, or someone who was already on the boat, but they all died.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't seem like there were any survivors from that ship, right? It was...
It was a ghost ship that came.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't know.
No. There's no way
But-
to know.
The fact that those were only a couple of the boxes that left. Either it went south or they were expecting to pick it up later.
I mean, that's possible, but it was in such a random spot. Like, how do you know that it's there?
Hope.
Yeah.
All of our answers
I don't know.
lie. This all starts in Venture. All of this should be answered in Venture, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone knew who started the crew. Someone know who transferred at the Silver Palm the collectibles for the Overseer onto that ship and oversaw, and at least supervised the delivery to River's Meat. It all starts there.
Yeah.
The problem, though, that I still do not want to be left unsaid is that the Overseer was the intended recipient of this thing that is being trafficked. He holds a powerful position over many of the people of a city,
I mean, he has quite the collection of rare stuff.
and he should not be having this. That's a problem.
Do you think he even knows what it is?
Yes.
I mean,
You saw his face when he heard that only one case was found.
yeah. No, I know. But part of me wonders if he just wants it because it's rare.
Yeah.
Or if he actually wanted it for other purposes.
He didn't seem to care so much about actually traveling the world so much as he had a collection from every corner of the
I
world.
don't believe this was going to be a display piece.
Yeah, because at the same time, I think he'd know that he can't have that. So I feel like it's not something that he could display. I
Right.
don't know.
I guess that makes sense. You wouldn't
I'm of
steal something and then display it.
two minds about it.
You good, Finn?
Yep, good. I want nothing more than to talk to Pal, but realizing I walked off in the dark, You hear just like a frustrated slamming of a book as I stand up and return, brushing myself off. I want to see Lady Elaine's journal.
What about it interests you? It's her property. We can return it to her.
People like her out here putting 5 people's lives at stake for a journal. Whatever's in there,
And
we can't trust anybody. We need to know.
I mean, part of me agrees in the sense that these people were not. It feels very targeted what
Yeah.
happened. So, and these were no petty thieves. So it wasn't they just saw that she was fancy and decided to steal her bag. It's
I was worried at first. Elaine wasn't the target. I thought it might have been us.
Mm.
But if they knew it was in this box and they knew we had it, they would have sent somebody more formidable, I think. And I don't think they would have made a mistake like that. So if whatever Elaine is carrying was worth targeting, we need to know before we go back to the ship.
I mean, I can't argue with that. I maybe you can just open the bag.
There are a couple magical items in there. I don't think it's the journal.
But you are concerned with her journal.
Well, either she lied to us, or there's something of value in that journal. I'd like to at least take a look.
I mean, I guess it just seems like such a violation of privacy if that is just her journal.
I don't think privacy is the top
Yeah.
priority right now. Besides, she had her privacy invaded. She stabbed a man tonight. I don't know. Let's...
Yeah.
I mean, she probably knows what we do, so at least we have some sort of excuse of sorts.
And
I
look,
don't
if
know.
it's just a Dear Diary, I won't go reading, but...
Yeah, see what's magical in there.
At this point, Detect Magic would have worn off, and I'm out of spell slots,
Mhm.
so I would have to take another 11 minutes before I do that.
I
I'd
can-
like to
I can
just look at the journal without magic.
I can cast Detect Magic.
Can you?
Yeah.
Why don't I take a look at the journal and you can assess the rest of the belongings? Does that work?
I can cast Detect Magic and identify.
That's what I mean. But you need some time.
Yeah, it will take me a little while. I'm not as quick with the linguistics of it all.
Right. Who has the bag?
I already dropped it.
All right. I'd like to open it and look for this journal because I know what it looks like.
Of course, yeah. As you pick up the bag and you look into inside of it, inside you see the journal that you immediately recognize, along with a small coin purse and a long decorative wooden rod.
Did that mean anything to me, or?
You've had enough experience. You recognize this as a wand.
That's what I thought.
Would this have been enough time for a short rest, or?
Not quite. You've been taking about 40 minutes, I think, with all this. Short rest being an hour.
Yeah.
While they are looking at the book, I would like to go back over to the male dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to look at his tattoo.
Do you know about it?
I thought it had been brought up. Maybe not. Never mind then.
Right, so I just leave the coin purse alone and point out the rod to Aaron. It's a wand, I think, and take a look in the journal. Just open to a random page.
Sure. Opening up to a random page. Inside, you read. It's very elegant handwriting, written in ink. You can see there's a pen that is attached into the side of the journal. And the page that you've opened up, it seems to be from a time where she writes about having taken a multiple day trip, but roughing it a little bit, and camping in the fields near Venture, where she knows that it's still safe, but wanting to spend more time in the outdoors and really get a sense for what life was like before the danger.
I'd like to flip to the last entry.
The last entry is talking about her time in Gladen, having spent just a wonderful, relaxing time in the hot springs, or in the bathhouse, I should say, with the cold springs, and how she's really come to love this town, this being her 6th time, and she is looking forward to that extra day that she always spends down at the Waite House.
Aaron, my money's on this one being the illusion, so you let me know. I'm going to begin my own ritual as well. Setting down her journal, pulling out Pal, I'll begin illusory script as a ritual spell.
Okay.
So begin writing secret, 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 secret to fill a whole page of Pal's, a whole page of the journal, my journal, and then when the ritual is complete, it will read like a regular old journal entry, and hopefully in that time, then wait for Aaron to.
Yeah, I will simultaneously begin to fall in lockstep with my own spellbook in hand, reciting in Elvish this entire time. And while it sounds very monotone, as soon as the ritual is nearing completion, Aaron's spell crafting almost becomes more musical. In tone, innately. And maybe one day it will be melodic. And I'll finish casting Detect Magic at the same time as Finn.
Sure. Looking over, you see there's the wand. The wand is... I just had the scrolls up. The journal, it does have the illusion on it.
Okay.
And... I'll pull the other one. Oh, right. The wand is transmutation.
I'll pick up the wand. Kind of just brandish it. Seems somewhat perfunctory.
To each their own.
Well, stowed away for whatever reason. She had it on a person. Perhaps that we'll learn more about that in a minute.
Finn, as you've been having the journal open and writing your own illusory script next to it, you look over and you see movement happening on the inside cover
Of Pal or of her journal?
of her journal.
That will catch my attention. And might ruin the ritual.
I'll say that this had been happening kind of as you were doing it, so I'll let that be your choice.
I was just going to show the group an example, so I think I would let it ruin the ritual.
Okay.
I'm very interested in the moving writing in her book.
As you pull the pages back and look at the inside cover, it's not moving writing, it's a subtly moving image. And you see on the inside cover, it's the image of two humanoids, a very beautiful couple, a man and a woman. They're smiling, kind of like looking out from this image, holding each other. And there's just a soft, it's almost like the picture is slightly alive, but it's clearly just an image.
Do I know this? Have I encountered anything like this?
Give me an investigation. Encountering anything like this, that can be an arcana.
Oh, well, either way, nat 1 for a total of 7.
I mean, a total of 7.
I don't know what's going on.
You do recognize this as an illusion.
Okay.
Beneath this image, it is in the same handwriting in the journal. It says, "Live for them."
All right. Aaron, can you tell if this whole book is an illusion, or is it just this image? And I'll hold it up and point.
Does it seem to be isolated to the moving figures, or is there other sections of the journal that might contain?
It doesn't appear as though the journal itself, the enchantment is part of the book as a whole.
Okay.
There are no individual places that are popping out. Looking at this image, it is not a separate source of illusion magic from the rest of the journal.
Okay.
The whole journal is just glowing with illusion.
It seems to be an intact device, Finn. If there's anything hidden beyond what's written on the surface, that's beyond my talents here.
I waved my quill over the page I had been writing that was literally just secret, 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 secret. I'm not going to finish that. It does erase when I do that. Maybe I was quick to judge. This very well could be the reason why she wanted it back. And I'll show the rest of the group the image. I was going to run a test. I have a way to hide what I write. I thought that might have been what was going on here, but there's enough distrust in the world. Maybe we'll give her the benefit this time.
The people in the picture, do they look familiar? Is one of them her?
Neither are her, but you see the resemblance.
Okay. So she's probably, maybe not, going to stab us once we get back.
Unless we try to steal her
Yeah.
family heirloom again.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm still, I guess, curious why these people wanted that bag specifically, but
Maybe they thought there was more in there.
I mean, there is a wand.
I mean, now that we've done this for her, maybe we could try just having a conversation with her. I know she said she'd pay us, but
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, I think getting it back, we didn't find anything else besides the...
Yes, this... Finn, were you able to tell what the rectangular box was going to do?
Just that it's transmutation. I didn't identify it.
We can...
Okay. Perhaps
it out
tomorrow,
later.
then.
Yeah, spend the night.
Dorothy, How unique are the markings on your forearms there? Is there something you share with anybody else in your family?
You mean my tattoo?
Yes.
Not anyone in my family, but some of the people that, you know, do what I do. Yeah, some people, several of us wear it in the village, sure.
Because the more I think about it, the amulet that you hold shares a resemblance to a marking on the dwarf's body that I found earlier. And, well, obviously these are cohorts. I'm wondering if it has any grander meaning as to their alliance to something larger. I'm not familiar with any other religious iconography about crunched hands, though I have to say I've never encountered anybody as nefarious as this.
It is not a symbol that means anything to me either, these hands. Can I take a look at this tattoo?
Yeah, I'll walk over and I'll kind of just pull his shirt collar back. Is it discreet, or is it like underneath the shoulder and worn proudly?
It is easily coverable, but when bare-chested, very clearly there.
Gotcha. Does it look like praying hands?
No, it looks more like outstretched.
I see. Okay.
Beckoning.
I'd like to take a look at the tattoo. Is it something that I think was done at like home or done by somebody who's an expert? Or anything about the styling of the tattoo?
It doesn't look similar to the fashion in which yours were done.
Okay.
But that's about all you know.
I mean, I've been tattooed a lot, but this is not anything that means anything to me. This symbol doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, meant enough to them.
Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you decide to put something on you for your whole life, you know,
Do you think this
it's important.
particular area meant anything to them? Was this a runaway hideout to escape the boat?
I can't tell.
Do these roads mean anything to any of you?
I had no idea they existed before the captain said something to them, so
Do
I guess it's as good as mine.
do ruins hold any kind of significance for any of, like,
I mean, they
In
come from a
another
time before, right? Hence them being ruined.
I think
So I
that's-
suppose they could hold clues to the past, but I don't know if there's a cultural significance or.
any kind of like a spiritual significance for anything?
We're completely in the dark out here. This is not anything. This is a region of the continent that we're only just beginning to discover.
Yeah.
At the very least, I'm also feeling lost, so you know.
Going back into the squat building.
Yeah, so there's the
Squat.
tower and the
Yeah.
the
Two-story.
you know.
Can I rummage around and see if there's anything else in there?
Sure. Is there anywhere in particular that so that there's essentially the ground floor, the first floor, and
I'd
then
like
the
to,
difficult
try to
second
get
floor.
up to the second floor,
Sure.
back to where Dude Bro was hanging out,
Mhm.
and see if I can find anything that A, he left behind, and B, would indicate. I know that you sort of did this from the exterior, but indicate the use of this specific building.
Of course. So getting up to the top floor, you find that area of rubble where you're able to leap. So go ahead and give me that athletics check as you
Let's do this.
recall the last time that you were here. It was
Difficult.
Also, maybe get my shield.
That I've already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
then
just
never
went
mind.
back and forth. Athletics, you said 18.
18. Yeah. Now, without the pressure of combat on top of you, you're able to just
No one's
leap
shooting
up.
me? Great.
Yeah. At this top floor, immediately your eyes go to where he first was.
Yeah.
And immediately you see the Lady Elaine's other bag, the
shit.
larger of the two.
Great. I will put that on so I don't forget it. And then is there anything else? Oh, I guess I should investigate.
Yeah.
This is the dice
Can
you
I
gave me.
give the
No,
help
we're gonna do it
action?
this way.
I'm proficient.
At this point,
He's
Icon is
up
up on the
there.
top.
What's up?
If there's anything else that you'd like to be
You
looking
can
around
do
for,
it.
Not bad, not great. That's a 10 minus 1, a 9.
9. I'm looking around this section of the ruins. You do notice a distinct lack of objects. There is no ruins of furniture. There's no metallic pieces. It is just the remains of the building. At least from here that you're able to see. And we'll say this is a continuation of your search as you go down.
Yeah. I'll scramble down, drop off Lady Elaine's other bag. She might want this one back, too. It might have just been an opportunistic grab,
I don't know.
but I don't know. How much is a twig worth?
Depends on what it does.
Oh, man.
I think it's also of a bigger concern to possibly bring up in Venture to those of authority that piracy along the river is beginning to increase where we've never heard of that before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's time to... It would behoove those traveling to and from to secure the waterways, to ensure that more lives are not lost.
I mean, this is the first robbery I've heard about, but I've also not taken very many boats. This is my first boat.
Well, we
Well,
can inquire as
but-
to the commonality of it.
To have
Yeah.
this and the Fairbanks, within
that's different, but yes.
around 2 weeks of each other. It's
Is that something
concerning.
Claudine should know, being like a...
I would imagine so, but she's not exactly an open book.
I think we might have come past the point of open book.
I just don't know how much information she's going to give us.
Yeah. Or if it even really matters.
Yeah.
Well, are we done here? Do we want to...
I'm visibly restless and have been packed up, strapped up, ready to go, just pacing on the pathway.
Okay.
I haven't been part of any of this since we put the journal away. I'm ready to go, visibly.
Can you keep it cool?
Me?
Yeah.
Of
You
course.
walked off after seeing what was in that box.
Well, you would too if you knew what we were holding. This is, it's a lot bigger than I thought. And I'm glad we didn't tell the overseer anything more than we did.
I really hate keeping secrets. Ugh. That's just another one. Okay. But we're not gonna blow up? Probably?
No, we won't.
Okay. So let's head back. We've probably been gone long enough.
Would it be alright if I held on to that amulet?
Sure,
I sort of want to ask about it tomorrow.
sure.
Is it safe to touch at this point?
If it was hanging around it,
Well-
go.
The chain had been...
The chain had melted away
It
from.
seems like the melty bits are kind of done doing
Okay.
melty bits.
Okay.
And y'all good to swim back?
Sure. Fine with me.
We're in less of a hurry. We could take 2 boat trips.
I think that would be smart.
I
think
can
that would
be a
honest.
fish.
You can.
You can?
I can be a fish.
How do we get you back on the boat, though?
Well, then I will become a person, and then you will need to, lift me up. But I can get there. at
Do
the
you
very
want to
least.
be a fish?
I mean, I've never been a fish. I would kind of like to be a fish.
I mean, fish it up.
I'll be a fish. I just didn't want to be a fish on the way out in case I needed to use my smacking stick a little bit better. So this time I will be fish.
We're less urgent now, so however leisurely we want to return to the boat is.
How long was the
our
trip
decision.
to and from the main boat from the lock jumper?
It was roughly a 30-minute walk.
Sorry.
Oh.
So
Oh.
from
It
the
was
bank.
only it
to
was
the
60
ship
feet.
is like
100 meters?
Oh,
60 feet.
60
Yeah.
feet?
we'll do 2 trips.
Way less.
We'll do 2 trips.
Yeah.
Let's get Chauncey back first, maybe.
Okay.
He's the one I'm most nervous about.
Just confirming to make sure. When was it that you grabbed Dwalki's shield?
When I went up, because it
When
was on
we
the second
were
floor, right?
walking
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Before.
'Cause I know that it has been a week,
It was on the top floor.
and I don't want I don't want things to be forgotten. Your spear.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
mentioned.
grabbing it while that
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
Yes.
Unless
Yeah.
you want me to roll for it.
No.
But
You knew.
no,
you
I
knew
grabbed
what-
that while they were
Yeah.
potentially ending
when
the world.
I just
when
wanted to
we
make sure.
when we walked
That's
away,
very
he
kind,
got
though.
his
Yeah.
spear and
Figured it's something that's very
Dwarfy
close to
shield.
you.
Yes.
And you wouldn't forget.
Yeah.
It.
Also,
I didn't
would
say
be
it,
upset.
but
Yeah.
under the assumption I took the torch with me. Like, I didn't just leave it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Start a wildfire.
Yeah.
It's still lit. As we begin to walk, and I kind of fall back. Andy, do you mind just taking up the rear with me for a sec?
Sure.
I'm kind of hold or slow down, let the group fall out of earshot. Hopefully, we should talk about this before we get to the ship. It's a core shard, not exactly what's in Chauncey, but something akin to it. It's loaded.
What does that mean?
It's holding a charge of magical energy. It's not going to just go off if I touch it, but it is dangerous. It will explode if mishandled.
Well, it won't be mishandled while it's in the box.
No, it won't. But the severity of this is far higher.
Okay, so what do we do?
We need to get this back to the Aethagog as quick as we can. I'm suddenly much less comfortable keeping it on my person when thieves are just grabbing belongings off the boat.
Well, they could identify things that were in a bag, and they can't identify a thing that's in a lead box.
I know. But the overseer, he knew about this.
Yeah.
He had to have known about this.
Yeah.
And he's going to be angry.
Yeah. So what? What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Do we ask Erin to get in touch with his connection, and we just go there faster than we thought?
I don't know who we can trust. I don't really want to hand this off.
I'm saying we still get there personally
Yeah.
and hand it to the Order. Do you not want to give it to the Order?
I want to talk to Jovic. I want to not spend a lot of time in Venture. I want to get back to Seros Mena, and I can't believe I'm saying that. But the longer we wait, I don't know. There's a target on our backs, I'm sure of it.
Yeah. Good to know. Can we have more of a conversation about this later after some rest? We're on the boat now. There's nothing we can do about it.
I don't think we can talk about this on the boat, so it's now or in Venture, if we can find any privacy there. It's okay. I don't know what to do. I can't shake the feeling, though. The full core that brought Chauncey to life. I think it's probably a stretch, but I can't help but feel like I'm carrying around a piece of the soul with me now. In a weird way.
Yeah.
I'm doubly interested in learning more about Chauncey.
Yeah.
But in terms of our plans, I think we stick to them. I don't want to lose a lot of time in venture knowing what we're carrying.
Well, can we talk to the others about it?
Of course. But you're my partner.
I know. I'm...
Tired.
Yeah, and I think everything is... I think I'm realizing everything at once.
Me too.
And it's feeling very overwhelming. And I don't know, like the battles have obviously been scary, and I could have died recently, but for some reason you all of a sudden, I don't know, us not knowing what this thing is and you it being part of our job for you to identify it before we go back, and I knew that it was dangerous. I think I just didn't put it all together until now.
You remember our first fight together? In that basement with Aaron?
Yeah.
I was put on my ass in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I've known this has been dangerous. Now I know it's important.
I know.
Is your boy okay?
I don't know.
We'll get him sorted out.
Yeah.
We got each other at least.
Yeah.
Put my arm around you. Good to have a partner.
Yeah, I'm still mad at you.
That's okay. That's okay. You take as long as you need.
I know why you did it, but I'm still mad.
Well, hopefully we don't have to do that again.
Yeah.
Till the next job.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like this is just our lives now, and I don't know. I think I was so focused on being able to do what I loved, and didn't fully realize what the job actually was.
Well, at least
So-
you're in good company there.
I don't know, now we have to go back and I have to talk to Zachary, and I feel like just telling him even more so now, like, run.
Well,
This isn't what you think it is.
I imagine if somebody told you that when you were his
I
age,
would have
wouldn't
done
have
it
changed.
anyway.
Just like I had to open that box tonight. It's who we are. Be proud of it. And don't be reckless like me. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight, so you sleep. I'll let Zachary know in the morning that you might need a little
I think
extra.
I need some space.
Yeah, that's fine. And we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Let's go catch up to our friends.
Okay.
Pick up the pace just a little bit for each one.
As you catch up, start making your way. Eventually, in the darkness, the ship slowly begins to come into sight. And that's where we're going to take our break, ladies and gentlemen. Be right back. We're going to take a 10-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Hope that you enjoyed your break. I know we certainly needed ours.
We're fine.
Before we dive back into this, all of those things that we have to do, if you're enjoying the show, please give us a follow, subscription, any of those things that help us out. If you would like to support the channel, you can head on over to our Patreon. No matter where you are, you can always do so there. And if you're on Twitch, you can subscribe to us there. And here in the future, you can subscribe to us on YouTube, but not at this time. For those of you who are supporting us monetarily, you will be able to come on in for our after show hangout. What could we possibly be talking about after today? But with all of that, I don't know. It's
Who's
so
to
much.
say?
So much going on. Let's go ahead and jump back in. So, having returned back to the lock jumper, you, over the course of ferrying many of you, but turning into a fish, I believe.
I do want to become a fish. I would like very much to step my boots into the water a bit and then think about the feeling of the water, and then my skin will just start becoming very smooth as my bones sort of start to like become sort of flubbery-ish and pull into each other, and then I'd like to just become a... Hold on, I had it. Oh, there was a fish. Let me get the stats for fish.
There was a fish.
Hold on, I had it. Oh, it reset on my filters. Don't do that. No.
I mean,
Oh,
being
no,
a fish
I
would
didn't
reset
the
your filter.
filters.
Yeah, I would hope.
I should not filters.
It's important.
Swim. Where's the swim?
I would have liked to have used lay on hands while we were walking on myself.
Sure. And walk back, just giving yourself some self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Just a big ol' hug.
Anything else that anyone would like to do during the walk back? Okay.
Fish.
Fish.
Small tuna, maybe a salmon.
Let's do a salmon. We've been in the river. It would make sort of a sense if I had seen a salmon.
You've seen plenty. And as Duathi's body on land begins to writhe and wriggle and splashes into the water, you are all ferried over to the lock jumper, one by one able to get up and aboard. And do you transform, or do you, before getting there, or are you brought aboard as a fish?
I,
To scoop you up.
you know, it might be easier. So I suppose I will sort of just come up to the edge of the
Sure.
little dinghy and just sort of bounce up towards.
As I can holding,
Yeah.
holding a salmon.
I'll just football hold fish Duathi.
She's slippery.
I'm doing my very best to hold still.
You have
And
never felt a fish hold this still before.
I'll look up at the ladder. I'll go,
You see the Hutch looking down. She was like, well, I was wondering when you all get back. Dinner?
You'll be in for a very Duathi surprise.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I saw. You'll bring her up.
I will
You
set
know,
you down
I
gently.
know all of us can do lots of magical things, but that watching the transformation will not stop being weird. In the
Never.
best of ways.
As
A
my
lot more
head
prominent
begins to
than I was
expand
expecting.
forward.
And while Duathi is transforming back,
Like Animorphs.
Hutch and the captain at work lowering the harness down to Chauncey and hooking him up and bringing him back aboard. Captain Tilson looking over. Well, I'm guessing it went well.
For who?
Well, for you.
Yeah.
And I see no prisoners?
Well, we
Unfor-
wanted to.
Unfortunately, they had premeditated circumstances.
They had a contingency plan.
Well, I hope the Earth takes him back and eats him up.
Yeah. Just a quick question.
Yeah.
How often does river robbery happen?
It's not. I mean, it's not unheard of. It's not common, but the farther away you get from the cities, even in the cities, desperation never went away.
Yeah. And to get charter on the lock jumper, well, never mind. Because we didn't have to say where we were coming from.
No.
No, money talks. This is the first time that I've had to deal with this in this degree.
It just seems like coming from a nice place like Gladen, why would you...
Again, I don't know. It feels weirdly targeted, but
Most of the time when I've had to put a stop to any would-be robbers, Hutch by himself is usually enough of a deterrence. But,
Yeah.
Well, these weren't your ordinary robbers.
no.
no, clearly not.
Packed a real bunch.
Yeah, they
Is
were pretty
Lady
common.
Elaine's awake, or did she retire?
She's down below. We decided to have some wine while we were waiting, just to
Oh.
soothe the nerves.
Is,
Sure.
is Zachary still asleep?
Bless his heart, yeah.
Poor seems. Okay. Well, I guess let's go bring Lady Elaine her stuff.
Yeah.
We'll just walk back over to Hutch and return the crossbow. Not a word said. Just look him in the eyes, give him a nod. Hand it over.
As you do, and you walk away, just here. Yeah, that's 3 bolts.
As I descend the
Nice
stairs.
shooting. Down below, in the galley area, you see Claudine, the Lady Elaine, and you, and Jeffrin all seated together. You still occasionally hear the snoring from Zachary. But as you come down below, they all look up, and the Lady Elaine immediately standing. You made it. I'm glad. And
Yes.
I'm grateful.
Yeah. Hopefully they didn't take much. They had both your bags.
Yes, they did. May I please?
Yeah. Hand over both satchels.
She takes the her side bag and leaves the other at the moment. Just opens it, finds her journal and opens it, smiles and holds on to it. Thank you.
Sure.
I promised you. I promised you payment, and I am a woman of my word. She takes the other bag, and she rummages through it, and she pulls out a small, a long box. It almost looks like a thin cigar box. And as she opens it, you see thin notches carved into this wood, that each about the size to hold a coin. And you see the glint of platinum.
Whoa. So she fancy.
She fancy. Really fancy.
Can I? Is this like a box with like a tilt lid or like a lid?
Yeah, so it's on a tilt latch.
How
and
much platinum? Can I peek?
Give me a perception check.
Hell yeah!
How
what's
rich
your rolling
is
What's her
she?
travel allowance? Perception. 13.
13. You see that There are, there appear to be 5 rows of these notches, and 4 of them are, no, 3 of them are full, and 2 of them are empty.
Okay.
It is hard to get an exact count.
Oh, they stacked then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Holy shit.
And she does, she pulls, you can see her pulling pieces from it. I would like to offer more. This is mostly what I'm have available on me. But here, please. And she offers out, she drops 5 into your hand.
Oh,
5 into your hand and offers
Are they?
Thank you.
5 platinum pieces apiece.
Holy moly.
I don't know what this one is.
I barely do. This is
From this
platinum.
angle, you can see there are 5 pieces left in the box.
In the whole box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is very generous,
Thank you.
Lady Elaine.
It was
Thank you.
much that you did for me, more than I can ever repay you. Again, I wish I could have more, but
Well,
I think there's still more of a conversation that we have to have about this because these were no petty thieves.
well, you're right. You must be right. I imagine you spent more time with them than I did. And the amount of time that I spent, I would like to forget.
I understand that. It just... I can't help but feel like it was more targeted.
Well, I don't mean to speak too much of myself, but I can imagine this is not the first time that I have been the target of something like this. This is
Okay.
just the worst that it's ever been.
Yeah.
Insight check.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Let's see if any of my dice are my friends.
You should know what insight is right off the top of my head, but just in case. I do, yeah.
Oh yeah.
18?
I also rolled an 18.
18,
10.
10.
I'm not rolling. I trust her now.
I'm just sort of curious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She seems forthcoming and shaken.
Are you the kind of person that people would know about and try to take things from you? Forgive my ignorance. I just don't know.
Of course, I wouldn't say that I am well known to an extent within certain circles. I live the manner of a life that one might be targeted for the relievance of my money.
Because this is a lot of money. Right. Okay. Madam,
Would you like to know who assailed you? Or would you prefer not to know and continue on in ignorance?
I must say, I am curious.
I'm
In a morbid
curious.
sort of way.
I'm curious as well about a few things. I understand, and I have no intention of dredging up the violent memories of tonight. There are some questions as a professional duty we have to ask. They might be sensitive if you'd like to find a more quiet area.
I'm an open book. I'm forthcoming with. Ask away.
Your assailants, both of them wore a certain symbol, iconography. 2 hands extended, shriveled, and perhaps rotting. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
All right. This it doesn't mean anything to me either. So, and forgive the intrusion. As you probably know, conservator, lawkeeper, we have a certain obligation to look into things. I detected magic on your belongings. I saw a couple items of interest, but nothing I would necessarily risk my entire life for stealing. Is there any reason these dwarfs might have gone after your belongings, specifically yours?
Well, she pats the box that's resting on the table that she just removed the platinum from. There's this, of course.
Of course.
That is, and what little else was left in my day purse as well. But no, that's.
I hope it was just your money they were after, but
As do I.
can't shake the feeling.
Yeah, it feels like it was something else, but
It's frankly it's enough funds to. I mean, for two people to start a whole life or to
totally.
do a lot with.
I don't know.
If they were just intending to run off with your fortune and make it their own, I don't know, they would have made sure they couldn't be taken alive. It's likely they had secrets that they were willing to take to the grave.
Yeah.
I mean, as do we all, don't we?
Do we?
Enough to kill yourself?
Some are maybe a little more enthusiastic than others.
I'm not quick to trust, and I think I might have misjudged you prematurely, so I apologize for that.
It's completely fine. You only have so much to judge from, and I would sincerely hope that for the remainder of this trip, perhaps we can get to know each other a little better.
I think I'd like that. People like you and me and Aaron here, we stick out like a sore thumb out here, and most of us have ulterior motives. I'm sorry for doubting yours.
We don't necessarily blend in and venture as well, but we are not as out of place.
It might be good to fit in for a change.
Are there any known criminal organizations in Venture that have taken root? That these dwarves might have been operating to or from?
I've known criminal organizations. I mean, there's thievery, there is racketeering, there's all sorts of things. It's a large city, but the Order does a good job of keeping it in line, but it's life.
No nefarious groups or names to be aware of once we arrive.
I
Keep a
think
lookout for.
none that are spoken on the tongue of the average person.
Fair enough.
I think if they were, then that tongue might be removed. Would be my guess.
If you're tired, I understand if you want to go to bed, but I know there's wine flowing. Did you say, I can't recall, if you say where you're originally from?
I was raised in Venture.
Raised in Venture.
Yes.
How often, have you ever made it down to Riversmeet?
No. Once or twice.
Do you know, I believe, Castavan?
Yeah.
Okay, good. My notes. Overseer Castavan. Do you run in the same circles?
Same circles, I wouldn't say. I'm not heavy into politics, but I had dinner with him.
Good dinner, yeah?
Yes.
Cool.
He does like to impress.
Yeah, a few of us aren't used to that
Hmm.
lifestyle, so Forgive me if I thought all rich people knew each other, but
No, but he does like to impress, and he was certainly trying his hardest.
what do you think of him?
He's
You can be honest.
He is certainly doing the job that he was given.
Diplomatic.
That's a way to put it. Well, I will be up for a bit. Although I don't think I should partake in the wine tonight. Andy, do you?
I definitely need to go to bed.
Yeah.
I think I should take a rest as well. I have things I need to do in the morning.
I mean, I've already gotten my rest, so I can stay up, hang out.
Well, I don't know if I'll be much good company, but you're welcome to try.
Anyone up for a game of cards?
Cards man, huh?
Passes the time one way or another.
I will go take a rest.
Yeah, same.
I'll happily join.
Yeah.
Sure. From Aaron's pouch. Are Claudine and Jeffrin still around too for all of this?
They've just kind of been sitting awkwardly. as you look.
Trying to listen without seeming like they're
They're
listening.
the NPCs in the back of Skyrim. They're kind of frozen.
I'll just clear away the table and just start using Mage Hand to just start dealing.
Fancy pants over here.
Start dealing some cards to just kind of ease the tension.
If you don't mind, I think I'll just find some air.
It's when the cards are dealt out, the Lady Elaine reaches out and has a moment of pausing where she looks down and the blood on her her nightgown seems to catch her eye. Sorry, it's still been an evening, and she reaches into her side bag and pulls out the wand and gives it a rub, and her clothes turn back to normal.
Yeah, you.
It might not be my best game tonight, but play on.
Yeah, bring it on, fancy boy.
Claudine excuses herself. Jeffrin heads upstairs as the three of you play cards into the evening. You heading...
I think I try to find some quiet corner. I need to do some writing.
on deck or down below?
If I feel like I can be on deck with enough light to write and without like the prying eyes of the captain, I probably want the air.
Sure. And Duathi heading to bed? Andy
Yeah.
heading to bed?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Up on the top deck, you can see that the ship has already started to set sail. And you feel the gentle sway. You recognize it existing now as you watch the shore slowly begin to pass by. And then the ship goes farther and farther from the bank until with your vision, it is just blackness all around you. The deck itself is well lit with the two lanterns on both the bow and the stern, and their seemingly extended light. You look up, you see the captain at the helm, and you see Jeffrin leaning against one of the railings on the top to his right, on the upper deck by his father. They seem to be having just a quiet conversation. You don't see Hutch, but you feel as though you can find some time to be alone.
I think I'll take a seat against the railing on the lower deck, towards the bow, and open Pal and kind of pull my knees up to my chest and use them as a little desk as I start to write an entry.
Of course.
What have we gotten ourselves into, Pal? I don't even know what you are, let alone what we're dealing with here. I don't know why I never asked. What makes you tick? What is a core, really? And is it different than a soul?
As you write that, the ink begins to swirl, and you see your own handwriting coming back. Secrets, 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 secrets. Question mark at the end.
Yeah, that was weird, huh? Say that out loud, not write it down.
As the evening progresses, Andy, with your hand on Chauncey, you feel his emotions as he's never sleeps, is always slightly active. You can feel the weakness.
Yeah.
But as your rest slowly begins to fade, you feel his body sort of rise up. He's returned back to his original form.
He fixed himself.
With another night on the ship, and now one day closer to venture. Congratulations on reaching level 5.
What?
And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh, cool!
What would you like?
It's okay, it's fine. It's
Yeah?
okay. No, it's fine. It's
Okay.
fine. It would be the next day. It's fine. It would be next day things.
It's a new day.
With that, we're going to be back in 2 weeks. But we are going to hop on over to our Discord for our post-show. And if our players know what they're going to be doing, maybe we'll roll some health.
Yeah.
So,
Let's do it.
you have a great rest of the month, everyone. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Damn.